Hello everyone. In the YouTube channel, before I have created a series of uh, 25 practice for hygiene passport for Finland, and there's a lot of people also commented in the post and wanted to have more information, more lessons, and trial for those practice tests. Therefore, today I decided that I will do it more in a way that is more properly and helping for audiences and for you guys to know what is going on the test, and also like what type of information that you should know and the topic of each section. And I also categorized the whole information. I categorized the whole hygiene test in a scheme uh, of 8 sections, and these categories will help you understand more about the topics of the hygiene passport test, and also like to get more information for you in the practical life, working in the food industry or hygiene industry, cleaning, etc. All of this scheme is the information that I have found in the official source, and I will attach the finished version of the official source that Evira recommended for Finnish learners. But I also spent time to translate those documents and categorize these accordingly to the source, so that you will have a broad pictures of what is going on, and what are the topics, and each topics what is inside of them. In here, according to the category scheme of the hygiene passport test, we have 8 sections as follow. One is perishable foodstuff, second is microbes, the third one is health hazards, personal hygiene, cleanliness of working, standard of cleanliness, self-monitoring, and legislation authorities. And we will go in each of these sections. I will do the practice test as the form of truth and false, so it will be nearly similar to the real hygiene passport test. And after we finish this study scheme, I will also I'm now preparing information from books, and try to make a list of every in each book, in each of the section of the book. I will try to make true false answers and questions, and trying to find the most reliable source for you, so that you can do the test without for example without using 25 or practice of the knowledge that you have been studied from the book into like in the form of questions, so that you will be familiar beforehand, before you take the hygiene passport test like officially. In perishable foodstuff, we will go through the information about general information about food, and how food is perish. And this is not very big topic, so we will do like around 10 questions in this topic. The second topic is microbes, and this is a very important section that you need to know. And in microbes, there will be 6 categories that you need to know, including the temperature, acidity, oxygen, moisture, disadvantage and benefits of microbes, and also the growth management in the hygiene industry. And in each of these sections, there will be questionnaires that I will practice, and you will understand more, and also like get familiar with the former questions like true and false. The third is health hazards. In health hazards, we will get to know about different um, how to say different way of treatments, and also reasons of getting infected in getting infection in the food industry, and also in the environment of in the hygiene industry. The first health hazard is about food poisoning. We will learn more about food poisoning, the reason, what type of poison that will be occur during the process of food, and the environment around it. We will learn also about Listeria, Salmonella, Campylobacter, Staphylococcus, sporulating bacteria, and the BSE. BSE is some kind of virus that make dog, cats, or cows like getting crazy. So these health hazards are also like a very important information that you need to know. For example, salmonella. Uh, if you work in the restaurant industry, always beforehand, before getting a job or before making food, employers will have to ask you to get the salmonella test, and you need to get negative in this, or you will get treatment beforehand before you accept the job. So these are very important info that you need to know. We move on to personal hygiene, and in this we will learn more about how to keep hands in a hygiene way, and when you get sick, what you need to know and what you need to prepare. We also learn about the cleanliness of working. In this section, we will learn about 7 total way of processing and keeping the food, and keeping the environment in a clean way. So we will learn about preparing in workplaces, like different workplaces of preparing food, the way to make the environment clean, handling and storage in um, temperatures that are suitable for the food, that also helping to prevent, or also like reduce the growth of bacteria inside the food. Heating, cooling, freezing, and packing. So these are um, the word phrases that basically the restaurant or any type of businesses operating in hygiene industry need to know, and we will know about this. And inside of each of the working methods here, we will have practice tests, so that you can get familiar with these. We will learn also about the standards of cleanliness, and in here the standards are quite basic. We will learn how to keep your utensils clean, inspections. This is very important, because in OIVA, most of the business that operate like in the restaurant industry need to get the inspection um, yearly, or even like quarterly if possible. Waste disposal, how to arrange waste and keep the waste in a utilized environment. And pest control is a very important um, section because for industry that are producing materials, pest controls is very important. It's including like eliminating the um, pests and also even birds. So we will learn more about these. Seventh is self-monitoring and the legislation and authority. We will also learn more about the law in this. I have been preparing different of the test, practice test, so that people can watch with me on doing these practice tests and divided by the topic. So in here we will start really slow with perishable food, and this is the first lesson and also a very simple question lesson of all before we move to microbes. And in microbes it would be more difficult and more questions. For example, here you can see in microbes only one lessons would include 30 questions or even 40 questions, 30 questions here. And in temperature we will learn like around 25 questions. So let's start. Perishable foods require special condition for preservation. I think this is true. Yes. Continue. Perishable foods can be stored together with other types of food without any issues. I don't think that you should store food that is like easy to be perished to other food, because for example if you put banana in other food it would be making the other food easier to get ripened or like perished. Okay. Both low and high temperatures can be used to preserve perishable food. Both. It said that can be used. Can be used. So I think it's true. Yeah. Perishable foods are primarily derived from plants and vegetables. Uh, yeah. Um, Primarily truth. No. Okay. So not primarily from um, plants. Okay. Preservation of perishable food depends mainly on light exposure. Depends mainly on light. I think it's false. Maybe with temperature. Who knows? Yeah. Perishable food are less susceptible to spoilage than non-perishable food. I think it's reverse. Like non-perishable food is less spoil than perishable, so it's false. Yeah. Perishable food can be safely stored at room temperature indefinitely. No, not indefinitely. It will be spoiled for a few days if you put it in the room temperature. We have 8 questions now. The preservation of perishable food does not require consideration of humidity level. It requires, I think, so it's true. No? Okay, okay. Okay, we check about that later. Cooking perishable foods can be an effective way to preserve them. Yeah, cooking, of course. Final. Perishable foods can be identified by their long shelf life. Yeah. No? Okay. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. So basically, there are a few questions that we were wrong. So we will have a review of the the questions there, and I will include the answers and also the explanation of each questions in a PDF file so that you can check it later, or Word file. Yes. We will continue next week when we have time, and next week we will study a very different topic. It's about microbes, and it will be considerably difficult for you guys. So, thank you.